Today I'm going to show everyone how to make $10 a day in your trading. Now that might not seem like a lot, but you've got to first learn how to make $10 a day before you can make $50 a day, before you can make $100 a day. You got to start small. And so I've had a lot of people request for small accounts, and so the way to make $10 a day is the same way that you're going to make $100 a day, but let's just start small. So I've got a plan that I'm going to be laying out, and I'm going to try to make $10 a day, and I'll follow up next week. And if I accomplish this, we're going to celebrate together, but what I want to do is see if you guys can follow along and make $10 a day, and then show up next week and let me know how you all did. Let's just go ahead and get started. All right, so the first thing I want to start is I'm going to attempt to do this on the pound yen. And I've been liking the way the pound yen has been trading, nice and consistent. You can see we got a nice consistent pattern here, and that's working out really well, and it's just flowing. So that worked all last week, and I had some great trades on this. So what we're looking at now for this week is we want to look at a higher time frame just to get us some reference points. So let's start by looking at the monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame, we want to look at it. We can see we had a big dip last month and a fake. So we have a level right here that's held pretty good, 158.18. Okay, so now what's pretty exciting is that we have another level right here, which is last month's high. It didn't break last month's high last week. So if we get this to continue, there's a possible target of the previous month's high, right? So that could be a really solid trade. If we get this all the way up here, that's 430 pips. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Now, let's go to a weekly. So weekly was very nice, right back up to last month's high, and it's holding. You see that? It's holding. So right now we had a little bit of a pushback. So what we're going to want to see here on a weekly time frame, areas to see. If this fails, and don't worry, I'm going to get into a trade. We're going to take a trade out of this. But we got to do our homework first. We got to know what we're doing. All right, so if this fails, we could come back here. So just remember that on a weekly. We've got some key levels if we come back to that point, if it fails. So we got the monthly and weekly. They're both up. Let's look at daily. Daily's up really nicely as well. So, however, we're stalling out. We're stalling out. So we want to keep mindful of this level. We have a daily candle. Let's now go to an hourly. Hourly has been rejected, but one thing I want to notice real quick is let's take a look at the daily level, which is right here. You can see there's a nice daily level below, which this is the previous day. This is the previous day, which happens to be June 2nd. June 2nd. So we want to watch the high of this because it's above there. So let's go to an hourly now. And you can see the high of the previous day of June 2nd is 163. So what we're looking for, what we are looking for, what I am looking for is I'm looking to make $10 a day, but I want to do it in just one trade. I want to do it in one trade. So what I'm going to do is try to find a perfect entry based off of the order flows, okay? Be based off the levels. So what we know is that this is an important level. I drew this on a daily chart. It was the previous day. And so what we'll notice here is price went in, faked lower, and then rocked to the upside. Here it faked in, and then it went down. It faked in again, and it went down, and then finally it broke, retested, and went back up. So these are key levels. And so now price might very easily come right back down into this level. And what that's going to do is we have a trend line here. And we have all of these orders in right here. So we're trying to figure out what's happening ahead of time. So right now, if price comes down here, what's going to happen? Well, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be buying in here. They're buying this. Why are they going to be buying this? Answer in the comments. Why are they going to be buying right here? Okay, well, it's because there's a support level and they're expecting it to go up. So I'm not going to do that. But what I'm going to be looking for is for it to penetrate here and the people that are buying get stopped out, right? And then there's also going to be people in here that are going to be shorting. Okay, and those people are going to be getting trapped. Okay, so the thing about orders and order flow is we need to clear these orders out. That's called market liquidity. We need to have liquidity in order for price to move. And there's different kinds of liquidity. There's buying liquidity, which some people will call buy-side liquidity, which will clear out the order so price could get up. Or there's seller liquidity, which is for price to get cleared out so that price can move down. It's just all of these orders accumulating and getting cleared. So if we get shorts in here and then a candle then reverses and comes back up, we could come right back up to this high, which you remember what this was? This is the weekly high right here, I believe. Let's go back. Let's just double check here. What's the week? Let's go to the weekly. Right? Right there is the weekly high. If we go to the monthly, we're really close to last month's monthly high, which we can look at the exact price. We're right at the monthly high. So that's a really important level that we see. So here's the trade plan. Here is the trade plan. I am going to be watching this level. If price dips lower and penetrates, I am going to be thinking about taking a buy, but I'm not going to enter a trade. I'm not going to do it. What I'm going to be waiting for is for some of the price action to develop. I'm going to be waiting for the price to come back down like this, and then you see that candle, and then we're going to look for another candle that might look like that, okay, like that, and then we finally get a reversal candle, and that takes out this high. And so I'm looking for this high to be taken out, and then looking for the price to continue up to into that move. Okay, so that is a potential trade that I'll be waiting for. Now, so let's take a look at what it actually looks like on the chart so we can see. It just happened earlier, right? So we have a support level right here. Okay, price came down, took that level out, and then it went and it crossed right up there. You see that? It took out that new high. And this would have been a potential buy entry with the stop loss back here, and then you see the price, right? Let's look at it. Let's look for one more like that. Okay, can we find another one? Okay, so here we have another one. I'm going to do a couple more. Here's one right here. Price went up. It went right back in to this level right here, that level. And I'm not going to use the actual lines on my chart because I don't want to, I'm going to use these lines. Right here, you see that? It went right in there, took that low out, and then what did it do? It crossed, it broke out, right? So we're looking for that. So my entry would be right about here, stop loss here, again, another trade, okay? So let's keep going. Let's see if we can find some more. Right, here's another one. Price, this one was a fake one, so sometimes it'll be wrong, but you know, price went here. I'm going to delete that line, but price went right down here into that, and it took that out, right? So there's the level, right into support, and it took that out. You see that? And then it went down. So that would have been a losing trade. So not every trade like that works, right? But then here we have another one. Price came down, again, into this level. It flushed out these orders. People were thinking it was going lower. We have a break right here, and then we took that. There was our entry right here, and then nice move. Okay, so that is what I'm looking for. I am really only at this point looking for buy trades just because of this monthly uptrend. You can see that we're moving up, this rejection, and I think I'm looking for that short trade, but you know, if I get it, I'll get my $50 a week, but we could be looking for a more extended move up even here, or just trying to take this several different times over the course of next month if we can get back up to those highs. But this level is going to be really important. So if this fails, remember, we have yesterday's high, And if it breaks lower and then it breaks yesterday's low right here, if we get a break there, we could end up breaking lower right here and then headed down here. Okay, so if there's a pretty key level of support here, or resistance. This is a very important level. If this level holds and we get some of these lows taken out, then what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to let it develop. So if I end up, maybe I take a fake signal and I take a loss, and it would be a smaller loss, but on a 1 hour time frame, here's what I would look for happen. So remember, this is yesterday's high, or the previous day's low, high, right here. If this gets taken out, and then we have yesterday's low is here. So if we have the high gets taken out, which I wouldn't be surprised if that gets taken out and then bounces, but if it gets taken out, comes down, and then takes this one out, then it still could come up. But then what I'm looking for is for this to come out, take one level out, retest, go down, and then come back, and then here. If that happens, if we get into this point where all of these get flushed, at that point, what am I going to be looking for? Well, the same thing. I'm going to be looking for a candlestick pattern. So we're going to be looking for this, and then I'm going to be looking for a pop-up, a pin bar, and then the bottom, and then this move looking like that, and taking out these lows, and at that point, I'm going to sell. Right? That should take a couple days to deliver and to make, but that's what I'm looking for. So my first trade is I'm going to be looking in this zone for a buy. And if I get it, what type of entry would I have? Well, we're probably looking at somewhere, if we get it in here, somewhere at about 45 pips, okay, 45 pips, which would be roughly, according to the size that I'll be trading, about $50. And so remember, we're going to go for $10 a day. I want to hear from you in the comments if you want to try to emulate this strategy, if you could try to make $10 a day. But remember, be patient on your entry. Wait for the trade to come to you. Don't chase it. Use proper money management. If you don't know a lot about trading, practice on your demo account. Okay, well, thank you so much. Please leave a comment below. If you liked the video, if this was helpful to prepare you for your week, let me know. I need to hear more comments, more feedback. Like and subscribe so that I know that I'm hitting the mark, so that I know that I'm helping people, so that I know that you guys are getting benefit from my trading plan. All right, well, that's it. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.